Hi, welcome to a vlog. I've finished filming my wrap up for the previous vlog. I'm just moving my car at work. I have the 10,000 Doors of January with me at work, which I'll be trying to work on a little bit in my lunch break. I don't have a whole lot on today, and I have the next 2 days off because I'm like supervising Jesse because he's having kind of a surgery done. I'm currently listening to Jack of Hearts and Other Parts by Elsie Posen, which is real fun while I'm doing some like boring data entry stuff at work. It's not boring, it's important, but it is like multitaskable for sure. So I'm listening to that because I'm going to get that read this week before moving into Contemporary-a-thon next week. But so I'm currently listening to that. And I want to read a bit of 10,000 Doors of January. I did just also upload my Sims-a-thon announcement, Sims-a-thon Round 2 announcement. That's now up on my channel. So that will have been up for like a week when you eventually see this, but it is there now. You should go check it out if you haven't already, because October is the Sims-a-thon. It's coming up soon and there's some cool stuff involved. So go check that out if you're interested. And otherwise, I'm going to go back to work and I'll talk to you later tonight. Hopefully I've read something. Lol. If you saw my vlog yesterday, I only read, like last week's vlog, yesterday I only read 50 pages of Gideon the Ninth, even though it was a Sunday, so theoretically I should have been able to read a lot, but I didn't. And then I was like, Monday will be better. I'll take my book to work and I'll read this so much and it'll be great. I said. I took my book to work. Got pretty busy at work. I listened to about 20% of Jack of Hearts and Other Parts, which I'm really enjoying. And that was great. Then I went to my other work for an hour and a half. Then I came home, made dinner, and we watched a random bunch of YouTube and 2 episodes of Glee. And then I read 20 pages of the 10,000 Doors of January. But I have the next 2 days off. I'm looking after Jesse. He's going in for a scope tomorrow. And then I'm on babysitting duty, basically. Making sure he doesn't have any bad side effects and taking him to the hospital if he does. But so I am doing that. So I have the 2 days off. So my plan for tomorrow is to try and slam out maybe the rest of this 10,000 Doors of January, which would be about 200 pages. Achievable. I'm really enjoying it. Or alternatively, go between the two but read about 200 pages between both books. Not sure yet. I think my plan is to work on this until I kind of hit a motivation roadblock. If I'm feeling a bit like ready to do something different, I'll switch over, but I'm not gonna like 50-50 it or anything. I also want to watch a couple of episodes of American Crime Story because I want to finish it. I've got 4 episodes left. And other than that, not much, we'll see. But I could finish my chapter. I'm not even gonna finish my chapter. It's currently 10:30 and I'm sleepy. So your girl is just gonna go to bed. But I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, I do have to edit my vlog, last week's vlog, tomorrow. So remind me to do that. Would be nice. Thank you. So I had a bit of a both eventful and uneventful day, and I said at one point I was going to finish 10,000 Doors of January today. That didn't end up happening, but what did I do? Got up, took Jesse to surgery, hung out for like 3 hours, almost 4 hours. No, it was like 4 hours by the time he actually got put in, like taken in. We had some rearrangement of locations and stuff. It was a bit of a mess. So I was kind of reading then, but you know when you're like sitting in a waiting room and you just like can't focus enough because you're anticipating the thing you're waiting for. which is a lot of what my problem was. So I did read like 50 pages then, but it was only like 50 pages over 4 hours, which is not like good productivity for me. And then I got lunch on the way home while he was in surgery, watched 2 episodes of American Crime Story, went and picked him up, came home, did dishes, put in a load of washing, that kind of stuff. We went out for dinner so that we could get some nice delicious meats and veg. I had chicken scallopini, and it was like the first time I've had like sous vide chicken, and it was delicious. And I got home and now I'm in bed. And I'm going to keep reading. And I've read about 100 pages a lot today. So I'm currently on page 242. I'm going to try and get a little bit further tonight. But we'll see how that goes. And I'm definitely going to make it a priority to finish this tomorrow. But I'm also going to make it a priority to finish American Crime Story tomorrow. So those are my kind of like 2 big goals. And I guess getting the night is going for the rest of the week. Hopefully I can finish it before the end of the week. But alas. It's not like the end of the world if I don't. Hopefully my goal is that Contemporary-a-thon will kickstart me out of my reading slump. Like I'm not fully in it anymore, like I'm slowly getting more and more read. But hopefully that'll like ba-ching me out of there. And then I can read heaps in Sims-a-thon October. So I definitely want to get the 10,000 Doors of January and getting the 9th finished before Contemporary-a-thon, and maybe get a bit of Arch Enemies and the Ruin of Kings read, so they're started for like once Contemporary-a-thon's over and we're going into Sims-a-thon. I've got a bit of a head start on them, you feel? So I'm going to stop talking and go back to reading this. So I'm awake. It's midday. I haven't gotten dressed yet, but I did finish watching Versace, and I don't know if I told you, apologies, I think the mower is mowing along. Yesterday I got Tunnel of Bones in the mail by V.E. Schwab, which is the sequel to City of Ghosts, which I'm excited to read, and is definitely on my October TBR, my spooky TBR. And I also got today A Treason of Thorns by Laura E. Weymouth, which I am so excited about. It's got decorated edges, which just might I love decorated edges. I know some people hate them, some people love them. I'm a love person, and this is just so pretty. I'm so excited. I'm gonna sit down and edit last week's vlog, and then shower, get to reading, go do some errands and that kind of stuff. Yeah. So team, I just finished the 10,000 Doors of January. Just in bed and watching Dragula, so that's the background noise you're probably hearing. I loved it. I don't think it's quite a 5-star for me. I think it was just not quite there. It's like a 4.5, 4.75 stars, but I really enjoyed it. It's very atmospheric. The writing style is gorgeous. I think the one thing for me was that the main character sometimes makes decisions that were a bit naive, I guess, in a way that I thought was like, honey, don't do that. But it kind of has a reason, like it makes sense in the end, but like sometimes I would be irritated by her naivety and the decisions she made based on that. But it plays out plot-wise, so it's fine. Like, it makes sense, but it just kind of drew me out of the story a little bit at times, where I was like, honey, no, like it's obvious, this mystery to you is obvious. The magic system won't be everyone's cup of tea, because it's kind of like kind of on the wishy-washy side, I guess, but I love that personally. I don't mind an underexplained magic system, as long as like it feels like it fits. It doesn't matter if it's not got strict rules. I don't need strict rules, so I really enjoyed that. It was lovely. And now I'm probably gonna go make some baked beans on toast or something. But I'm going to keep working on Gideon the Ninth. I'm on page, I haven't read it in a couple of days, page 187. So I'm going to work on this, and yeah, I'm going to try and read to like page 250 tonight, maybe. We'll try. Try. So I ended up getting to page 232 of Gideon the Ninth. It's now just after 10 o'clock. I'm gonna go to bed because I'm a grandma, and I got work tomorrow. So we're gonna go do that. I'm just updating my Goodreads so it keeps track of me. And yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. So that was like 40 pages of Gideon the Ninth. And I finished the last 100 pages of 10,000 Doors of January today. So I'm like low-key proud of myself, even though I had like loftier goals on the weekend. But alas, things happen. I've just been so busy, I feel. So reading, just there hasn't been time. But alas, I'm gonna go to sleep. And we'll keep reading Gideon the Ninth tomorrow. I'm really enjoying it. This last chapter was really fun, so I'm having a good time. Hi, good morning. It is 7:30, I gotta go shower, but I've just had some breakfast. I was watching some booktube. I've got work today, so I gotta do things, but I'm taking Gideon the Ninth with me for my lunch break. Gonna have a good time. I'm still loving this. I said that last night. Yeah, I'm having a great time. I'm gonna try and read like 150 pages of that today. Is that achievable? Fuck no, but we'll try. We'll at least get 100 pages read is the goal. It's the actual goal. 150 is the lofty goal. Because I would love to get a start on Arch Enemies or get into more of Arch Enemies and Ruin of Kings on the weekend before Contemporary-thon starts. So I don't have that much to read once October starts, you know, you feel. But alas, don't know how much of that is going to actually happen. So I'm going to go shower and watch some booktube while I'm in the shower, and then look at my red nose. And then get dressed and go to work. We have mold cleaners coming today to fix the mold problem in Jesse's room. And then I'm not even going to be here for most of that. Jesse's going to deal with that, but yeah. So I do have a bit of like after work time that I'll probably have to like chill out in, because I won't be able to get into the house. But yeah, cool. Alright, see you later. I'm gonna go get ready for work. I will update you later on my progress during the day. It is 8:34. I am in bed, which is a rarity for me. I'm not normally in bed this early, but you know what? It's been a busy day. Ready to sit and relax. What's happened today? Went to work. Great, cool, good on me. Great job. Kind of busy day at work. Came home kind of late because we had to wait for our house to finish being mold fumed, and then pick up our cats and bunnies and move them back in and all that kind of stuff. And then we went out for dinner because the house obviously smelled like bleach from the mold fumes. Just like a little bit, but like enough. Yeah. So I did read a large portion of Jack of Arts and Other Parts today. So I have like 2.5 hours on full speed to go, which is like not that much by the time. Yes, I'm on like double speed. But right now I'm going to sit down with Gideon the Ninth. I haven't touched it at all yet today, but I'm going to try and read at least 50 pages. I was hoping earlier today that I would read some while I was at work, but that didn't end up happening because I had a busy day. And alas, no time. But I did find out, excitingly, today. I didn't realize it is a public holiday next Friday, which means it's a 3-day weekend for Contemporary-a-thon. Bless the gods. You? I'm gonna have to leave that in.
That's why I did.
So, yep. that's exciting. And I'm going to settle down to read this now. We'll see how far I get. So I ended up reading just about 50 pages, and I have some commentary to share. So apparently I ran out of space, so I had to go delete some things. So I have some thoughts. I'm getting the 9th. I'm literally about to go to sleep, but I thought I'd share my thoughts with you. At the moment, I'm currently on page 277. So I'd say I'm like, I'm over halfway. And I'm finding it really fascinating, my thoughts on it, because I'm kind of like halfway in the middle, I think. I can see why people don't like it, but I can also see why people love it. I absolutely adore the writing style. It is so sassy and fun. I love the setting. I love Gideon as a main character, and I love Harrow. But I can totally understand people finding it confusing and difficult to comprehend, and maybe less action-packed than they were expecting. A lot of the action kind of happens off screen, and it's very political machination-y, kind of. And we've got this kind of like big-ish cast of like main characters to kind of keep track of. It definitely helps if you know your is it Greek, Roman name bases, because all of their surnames match like the house they're from. So like Harrow's Nonagemius, 9, Nonna. There's like Tridentarius, 3, Octocesarian, 8, Septimus, Sector something, you know, like they've got the like, if you know your octagons and your or if you know your polygons and you know like your different names, you'd have a better idea of keeping track of who's from what house, etc. Like each house, except for like a couple of exceptions, has a necromancer and a cavalier. They're like pairs, except one house has 2 necromancers because they were twins, and the interplay between necromancer and cavalier is really explored, and then also the politics between the different houses, and they're all kind of in a competition to show off kind of like how good they are at necromancy. But it's very mysterious. Nobody really knows what the competition involves and what is required to win. It's kind of like you just have to do it. But what is it? Who knows? And it's them trying to use their smarts to figure out how to win, but also the politics of like, do we all work together? Is that going to get us further? Or should we be beating each other down because we're all competition against each other? How many of us would win? Like, could we all win? Or is it better for none of us to, like, only one of us to win? Like, is everyone else ruining our chances of winning? It's very political in that regard. It's, like, very tactical. And obviously keeping track of all these people, when often they're just referred to as, like, the second house. And that refers to the cavalier and the necromancer of the second house. And then in other times they might be referred to by their names. So it can be hard to keep track, though there is a like cast of players at the start. So you could refer back, but it is a little complex in that regards. And yet the action doesn't take place on screen a lot of the time, or more like, because we're following from Gideon's limited perspective, and Gideon's kind of super in the dark, because she dumb. Like, she's not this political trained mind. She was just like a soldier and snarky and like clever in her own right, but she doesn't know all the details of these machinations things. And she got kind of picked because of a range of circumstances. And so she's like a little, not dumber, but more in the dark than others. The others have a lot of like, oh yes, and you will understand that this is happening, but not explain it to her because they think she should know. which leaves you in the dark, which is very intentional, you can tell. And we're following from Gideon's limited perspective, so we're only knowing about things Gideon knows about, which means things often happen when she's not there, so we don't see it happen. Oh, I'm getting a foot cramp. We just find out about it as she finds out about it. So any action we see is action that happens to or by Gideon, I guess. That she's directly involved in. And any other action is... Oh, this foot cramp. Any other action tends to take place off screen. I personally don't mind that. That doesn't bother me in the slightest, but that could bother people. I could definitely see it bothering some people. Also because this is like a science fiction fantasy, a lot of the language used is very reminiscent of fantasy, but also with some very like clearly science fiction elements and modern elements, which I think is perfect, but I think definitely could bother some people. But yeah, honestly, I think it's very smart, and I think my final rating is going to come down to how well the final reveals are done, and whether I feel like I was underexplained by the time we got to the end. Because at the moment, I'm very good at... I don't need things to be spelled out for me the whole way through. I can leap of faith something to a degree. Like, you can keep me in the dark and I will follow along. I'm not like, oh my god, why am I being kept in the dark? I feel like I don't know anything. I'm happy to be kind of led along in that regards. Especially when it's clear that things are happening and that I just shouldn't know about it yet. So, I think it'll depend a lot on whether I feel like by the end, if I was cock-blocked on that information, or if it was fed to me at the right time. But I don't know that yet, because I haven't been fed it yet. But yes, I feel like it's very complicated, very politically machinated, and a lot of breadcrumbs have been dropped, but not many have been like woven together yet. So I'm really interested to see how the rest of the book plays out. I'm hopeful to finish it Saturday morning. Try and read quite a bit tomorrow and finish it Saturday morning is the hope, but we will see. Alright, I'm gonna go to bed. I'll talk to you tomorrow. It'd be Friday morning. I'm about to go into work. Today I'm gonna edit my contemporary-a-thon TBR and upload that. But I dropped in to ask, which is a pointless point to ask, because by the time you see this vlog, it will either be happening or not. But should I daily vlog contemporary-a-thon? I feel like that could kickstart me back into like finding more time in the day to pick up a camera, because your girl been doing like once daily updates for like 4 minutes, and that ain't gonna fly on a daily vlog. But do I have time to edit daily? Questionable. I could theoretically do it while having breakfast, but like, I don't know. Reading wise, still where I was at last night. Did I update you when I got to the end of my 50 pages? I think I did. But yeah, I've got it in my bag. I've got Gideon the Ninth in my bag to read on my lunch break, because I'm really enjoying it. I'm gonna edit my contemporary-a-thon TBR today, and then we'll start seriously considering whether or not I'm gonna be daily vlogging next week. Who knows? Anyway, I'm going to work. I forgot to talk about it before I pull my stack back together, but tonight I got Queens of Geek by Jen Wild, and also The Barn Houses by Emily Lloyd Jones. This is gorgeous. I love the font they've used for the side clip. Like, look at that font. I love that. And it's velvety. Oh, yeah. Yeah, boy. This is a necromancy gravedigger story, and I'm literally so excited. It's on my TBR for October. It is like almost 11 o'clock. I ended up having work from 4 to like almost 8, and then I had to have dinner, be in focus, all that kind of stuff. So I haven't had super large amounts of time to read today. I'm currently on page 313, but I'm gonna go get changed for bed, climb into bed, and then try and read a little bit more of this before bed, but otherwise I'm finishing this tomorrow at any rate. So that's exciting. Get excited. So I just finished reading 50 pages of Gideon the Ninth today. So like, not a great reading day, but like decent, especially considering how busy I was and like how much little actual time to sit down I had, which was pretty good. So I have 110 pages left. I'm gonna try and finish that like pretty decently early tomorrow. I also want to film my Simsathon TBR, which is exciting, and then read some of Arch Enemies and Ruin of Kings. So I want to try and get as far into them as I can over this weekend before Contemporary-thon starts next week. And I'm so excited for Contemporary-thon, like you wouldn't even believe. I'm just so ready for it. But I'm gonna go to bed for now. It is currently 11:24. So I'm going to go to bed, set an alarm for like 9 o'clock, so I actually get up at like, not an awful time. And then let's try and be super productive reading wise tomorrow. I may or may not have a shift at work. I might be covering for someone. But yes. Good afternoon. It is Saturday afternoon. It is 1:30. I've showered, but I didn't wash my hair. So I'm delaying filming my Simsathon TBR until tomorrow, when I will wash my hair. And it will look passable. But I just finished reading Gideon the Ninth. I have my friends' emotions. And the double chin is like, yeah, really getting this angle. But I can't be bothered to find a better angle. So, alas, we're here with this double chin, gross hair look. Pretty. Let's zoom out, that might help. I have feelings, and some complicated ones, because I don't think this was my perfect book, which I was kind of hoping it would be. Tamsin Muir's Kiwi, which means that a lot of the humour I was expecting to align with me, and it did. Humour was a big thing that I really loved in this. Gideon's sarcasm was so good, and the interactions between her and a lot of the other characters are amazing. I said on Twitter that I ship Gideon with everyone she makes eye contact with, and I ship Harrow with Gideon exclusively, and that is still true. Now that it's over. The characters I loved, though, there are a lot of them at the start, and we slowly like dwindle down, I guess, because it's gory and lots of death, and they can be really hard to keep straight, especially at the start. So if you have a hard time handling a lot of characters, I don't reckon this is for you because of that. I struggled, but it turned out fine. Like, it was fine. But I did go through quite a while going like, oh my god, I just feel like I don't know who anyone other than like Gideon and Harrow are. But that got better. The world building dumps you in the deep end, which I think is my biggest difficulty with this, and why it's not perfect. It really kind of leaves you to build the world as you go, from all these little tidbits of plot and stuff. And even the magic system is very like, I don't really understand how it works, even though that we're done. I kind of understand it as a kind of like scientific magic system. I kind of get that, but if you tried to ask me to explain the mechanics, I wouldn't know the mechanics. I don't really understand the rules, even though there clearly are rules. But they're not well explained because of the point of view we're following. As Gideon doesn't know the rules, so we don't know the rules, kind of thing. You're very close perspective to Gideon, you only know what she knows. Plot-wise, that actually it leaves you in the dark for a long time, but works really well for the reveals at the end. But there is a long wait for the payoff, which also might not work for people. And yeah, it's very strange. Very strange. I don't think a lot of people will like it. I can definitely understand when the early reviews were coming in and some people were like, it's my favorite book of the year, and other people were like, I DNF'd it, I absolutely hated it. I totally get that. I wouldn't have DNF'd it, but I can totally understand why you would have. It's super confusing at the start, but I personally don't mind confusing if I feel like there's going to be a payoff. And if there was no payoff, I would have been like, no. But the payoff made it for me. So, like, that ending ruined me. I'm emotional and I can't wait for book 2. So, yeah, I think it's going to be like a 4.5, 4.75. I definitely don't think it's flawless. But I had a good time, especially at the end. Like, I just slammed through 100 pages this morning. Like, started reading at like 10. So in the last like 3.5 hours, I had lunch, as well as like there was some breaks I took. I watched like 40 minutes worth of video. So really in the last like 3 hours, less than 3 hours, I slammed through the last 100 pages with lots of distractions and loved it. So it was a fun time. Anyway, I have work at 4:30. I gotta leave a little bit earlier than that because I gotta run past the supermarket on my way there for Zoe. I am going to make some scones because we got some artisanal jams and things. But I'm also going to start The Ruin of Kings by Jen Lyons. And I'm going to read this and Arch Enemies today and tomorrow for the rest of today and then tomorrow. And then start my contemporary reads on Monday. Is the plan. So, gonna dive into this, read a chapter or so while I'm finishing my Coke, and then go make some scones. Oh my god, things are happening in the other room. When I am eating scone, this one's with plum jam. I've had one with strawberry and apple jam, and it was choice. And I'm also reading The Ruin of Kings by Jen Lyons. I was expecting this to be super dense, but like I feel like I've barely started, and I have like I'm 47 pages in and like a chapter, and then I'm at my 50 page of what I was aiming for. Your girl is a fan of footnotes in like anything. I know people find it pretentious, but like it's my jam, so I'm enjoying that, and I'm not having a hard time keeping the perspectives and time points apart yet. Like, I find it cool and interesting, so I'm enjoying this bad boy. I also have Arch Enemies here with my scone. I'm tempted to take this with me to work because it's a bit smaller, and read a bit of this tonight. But yeah, we'll see how we go. So, The Ruin of Kings. Let me tell you a bit about it so you can kind of get an idea of what I was saying about like the multiple time points and perspectives and stuff we're following, and it's kind of complicated. But I think it'll be really fun for a big series as a whole. It's one of those stories that really explores the nature of how it was written down, which is a personal favorite of mine. Like the meta quality of a book that knows it's a book. Bitch, I love that. So we follow this overriding perspective from this guy. His name's Thurvishar. I am probably mispronouncing everything because there is a pronunciation guide and I tried to read it and I didn't like it, so we'll do an hour in pronunciations. There's Thurvishar Dolores, and he's writing this book, I guess, to Your Majesty, who he's trying to get some like a change occurring, I guess. He says the council members who are recommending charges of treason and a death sentence surely do not have the whole story. So he's kind of telling this story with annotations, observations, that kind of thing, to explain what's going on. So there is occasional third person things from him that are like nobody's point of view. Like they're his, but like not his exactly. And then there's first person from, so then we kind of open on two people. Talon, who I believe is like a shapeshifter demon-y kind of lady, who's the jailer, and Kieran, who is the prisoner, and I believe he's the one up for like gonna get killed, as he's like death sentenced. And so then we're following them as they kind of tell a story backwards and forwards between them that is Kieran's story. But so Kieran's point of view is told in like first person, like I did this, blah 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 blah. And then you have Talon's point of view, which is he again, but it's Kieran's story, but a little bit further in the past because she thinks he's not telling it well, I guess. So she's adding bits that are further back, but she shapeshifts and reads minds, so she's got a good idea of it. So it makes sense that she could tell his life earlier. But that's like Talon's story. And then there's footnotes from Thavasha, the guy who's writing the whole thing, as his like commentary on their stuff, which I love. He's not quite as sassy as the narrator in Nevernight, but kind of a similar thing of like, here's a few little backstory things that help explain the context of this, or some other thing that is like a dramatic irony kind of thing that he knows that that Kieran or Talon don't. Love that. And that's kind of like a 3 perspectives, but obviously Kieran's story and Talon's story are both really Kieran's story, but Kieran in the past, as he goes by Rook, but his name's still Kieran, but he goes by Rook. And then he's how he's telling it, which was a later time point, and then they've also got the current timeline of them in the prison, which it kind of ticks back to a little bit, and then the overall commentary from Thavasha, which means it's complicated, but when you actually read it, it's not as complicated as it sounds. Like, it makes sense. We're not like over flooded with characters, like it's just those 3, and most of this is Kieran's story anyway, so it makes sense to me. It's like Kieran's story over 2 timelines plus commentary, I guess. But I'm really enjoying it. Oh, it's so good. I'm now 53 pages in. I have to leave for work in like half an hour. I don't know whether to keep reading this and then just take Arch Enemies with me to work, or whether I should switch over to Arch Enemies now and then come back to this later. But I'm really enjoying it, so I might read a couple more chapters now. I'm very tempted. Look at these girls. Look at them. Yin yang yin, sleeping next to each other. Look at that. What gorgeousness. Oh my gosh. So it's now almost 20 past 9. I went to work. I took Arch Enemies to work but read like 1 chapter. But I now finished the next 50 pages that I was working on. So now on page like 97. Yeah, I feel like it's just starting to get good. One thing that I'm not a fan of Marissa Meyer's writing style is that her exposition at the start tends to go over a lot of stuff I already know. And I'm like, I didn't need this. This is boring. But I feel like we're just starting to get past that and into some like good shit. So I'm enjoying that. So I'm now, yeah, 97 pages in. I'm going to duck back to the Ruin of Kings for the next little bit before I fall asleep. I'm going to try and get to 100 pages in this as well tonight. I'm really impressed with my reading progress today. I mean, I have spent most of the time that I've been at home just like in bed reading. But I like that for me on a Saturday. Tomorrow I'm going to film my TBR and then I have work from 4:30 right the way through. But obviously I can take a book with me to work. So we're going to try and read. I reckon it's not out of the league of possible to read 100 pages of this tomorrow and 100 pages of this. But we'll see how I go. I'm definitely gonna try and finish to that 100-page mark in Ruin of Kings right now. Okay, so I just read the next 30 pages of the Ruin of Kings, which was me at page like 98, so we're basically 100 pages in. I'm really enjoying this. We're definitely gonna have a like, it's chosen one trope, like it says here, what if you weren't the hero on the front. There's a certain sense of like prophecy and chosen one trope, but I think it's also got a hint of a lineage reveal and stuff like that, which is always fun in a fantasy. It's refreshing to read like I would almost say this is grimdark, but like it's got a lot of like slavery and rape and that kind of stuff, blood and gore, but written I don't know, in this high fantasy setting I feel like a lot of it's male dominated. Jenlight's obviously a woman, and it just is refreshing. The different things are the way things are described and then focused on is very interesting. I'm really enjoying it so far. I can't wait to keep reading this tomorrow. And now I'm gonna go to bed. I think I'll probably watch YouTube for a bit, but like I'm sleepy. So I just filmed my Simsathon TBR, so I'm surrounded by books currently. Cats are attacking my tripod because I kind of locked them in the room. And should start reading for the day. It's now like lunchtime and I haven't really read anything, so I was chilling out, showering, filming this video. But I'm gonna put these books back in their spots and then I'm gonna get to reading, maybe eating some pizza. So I didn't update all day because A, I got distracted. B, I ended up at work. I didn't end up at work. I went to work. So when I was last doing it was like midday. I was filming my Simsathon TBR, which I did. Great. Yep, I think I'd already done it when I updated you. And then I had lunch and just, you know, watched a couple of episodes of Glee, which was fun. We're now on season 6. So we're almost done, and then I went to work, and while I've been at work I've read 50 pages of The Ruin of Kings by Jen Lyon, so I'm now on page 150. I was gonna say 151, but it's 150, and then I also read 50 pages of Arch Enemies, which puts me on page 151. So I'm really enjoying both. I think I'm loving Ruin of Kings much more than Arch Enemies, but I'm enjoying Arch Enemies. I feel like the action hasn't really kicked in yet. I don't feel like I understand where the plot of this installment is really going. Only like some overarching plot points, but it's picking up. Whereas Ruin of Kings has been fascinating from day one. From like page 1, I've been really enjoying it. But alas, this is the end of this week's reading vlog, and it's actually the last I'll be reading these 2 books for like the next week, or at least until I finish reading my Contemporary-thon DBR, which may take less than a week if miracles happen, but at least a week till I'll be getting back to these 2 books. But so I'm gonna wrap up this vlog here. And then when I talk to you in the morning, I'll tell you about what my plans are for Contemporary-thon. I'm gonna attempt a daily vlog, but we'll see how that actually goes in real life. I'm not sure if we'll achieve it. But at any rate, thank you for watching this vlog. I feel like I was a bit more on my game this week, slightly better on my game. But hopefully daily vlogging this coming week will really like get some genuinely decent creative vlog content back on this channel. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Look out for my Simsathon TBR, which should be up around the same time as this. And otherwise, keep an eye out for Contemporary-thon vlogs on my channel this week, and I'll see you soon in another video. Bye!